Hey, and welcome to Mike and D versus the world. We've been requested, following our video on toys of yesteryear, to do a review on the phenomenon that
Wait, Mike.
What? It's gonna look great on camera.
Can you guess what that is, Mike?
I have no idea what that is.
You don't know what it is?
The na song.
Let me sing it again. No?
Oh, I know. I think I know what you're talking about. It's got something to do with what I was about to introduce.
Really?
I don't didn't need that. It didn't need any of that.
Like, I think he needed little prompts.
All right. Okay. Well, now I know. All right. Okay. After many requests, why are you so happy?
Because we're doing AUTOMAN. I
was about to say AUTOMAN. Now you did the song and you said it now, and now there's anticlimactic when I say AUTOMAN. You know, there's no drum rock, there's nothing.
Do you want to sing the song with me?
No.
Do the dance?
I've not. You've done both of those things. The last thing we need is two of us doing a jig. All right, so. Yeah, so that's been done.
It's been done. It's finished.
It's been done. Alright. We don't need to add to that.
Alright. But Mike, it's the joys of Chuckwagner.
Yeah. Say that name a little slower so people know.
Chuckwagner.
Alright. For those of you who have no idea what we're talking about, we did a video on toys of yesteryear.
Toys, the retro toys. Yeah.
Of yesteryear. Mm-hmm. And I mentioned in a video that I was inspired by a TV program that was released in 1983, probably came out in the UK in 1984, when I was a young 8-year-old boy riding his BMX. Alright?
Yeah.
Alright. Or
was
chopper.
it BMX?
Probably. I did have a BMX. It was called a Piranha. Yeah, Piranha. I don't know if that meant anything, but it made it sound dangerous.
BMX was where all the range. That was the, top quality.
Yeah. For those of you who weren't born at that time, it's just a BMX is a bike, alright?
It was your key to freedom.
That's it.
If you've seen E.T., yeah, BMXs.
Did he have a BMX?
I'm sure that's what they were using, isn't it?
I don't think he had a BMX.
Oh, Elliot?
Yeah.
No, but the other kids, the older kids.
Yeah.
Yeah?
But no one remembers what they were riding, do they? They just remember Elliot and his basket bike.
Basket bike. What is that?
Anyway,
yes, sorry.
Back to AUTOMAN, right? I was inspired by this show as a young child, and I thought it was really cool. So I got a costume for £1. It was disappointing, admittedly. Even at that age, I knew this was below par. This was not what I was expecting. But after watching that video, a few people watched it and thought, yeah, you know what, we want to know about this phenomenon.
They started getting all nostalgic, Mike. They wanted to relive the memories. They wanted us to help them relive those memories.
Yeah, so this is the one video where I am going to request that, a link is put somewhere here for you to enjoy the phenomenon that was AUTOMAN, and it inspired me to want to spend a whole £1 on a costume to look just like Chuckwagner.
Chuckwagner.
Star. Chuckwagner.
That's it.
His name was Chuckwagner, a real name. And someone named their child that.
Yeah.
Chuck and Wagner.
Chuckwagner.
And he was the star of the show. Essentially, AUTOMAN is a man that was created.
The first fully automatic man, Mike.
Yes, that was how they described it. Back when I was a kid, that made sense.
Well, you got to understand now. Right, this is the 80s. Computers had only really been accessible by,
the FBI.
Yes. So the public, we didn't have access. So when we saw a computer, they just showed us a massive 6-foot tall box with flashing lights on it. And for all we knew, it was filled with magic. You could do anything when you had a computer. At
that time, the only computer I saw was on that show called Tomorrow's World, where they'll show you things in the future.
That you never got.
Right. And then the next computer I actually saw in real life was like in 1989, and that was like a RM Nimbus.
Yes.
Alright. which was in my school, which we digress. Anyway, Automan.
Yeah.
Essentially was created by this fictional cop called Walter something. All right.
It wasn't important. He wasn't automatic.
It wasn't. Yeah. And he was a rubbish cop, and his boss knew it, and he's like, Walter, you're rubbish.
Yeah.
All right.
I have no faith in you.
Get off the street. Get back to your computer room. And it just
in the
so
basement.
happened. Yeah.
Because we don't respect computers.
And it just so happened that Walter was a whiz at computers.
No, not at computers, Mike.
Oh yeah, electricity.
It's not Gandalf. It's like electronics.
Which involves electricity.
Yeah, but he didn't say that. Yeah, it's like saying electricians.
I think when it comes to Automan, we don't need to be specific.
I think that's part of the problem, though, that there was no specifics in it. It's just, he was a whiz with electronics. And he's tapping away a computer, which means, in their world, that means he could do anything with a computer.
That's true. So Walter was in his computer room, which was just a screen and a keyboard, alright? And some lights and a candle and something. And, you know.
And that's the thing, he was in the basement. Like, they had no respect for computers back then. Like, the police thought, computers, they're not going to be around this time next year. Yeah, it's a fact.
They won't help you with police work.
A Viewmaster, yeah? No one's going to be using them in a couple of years. Put them in the basement with that cop we don't like. Let him have his fun, tapping away, and we'll stick to the real work, yeah? Write stuff down on pads. Nothing's going to replace pads, Mike.
Well, that's it. Pencils. Pen and paper. So, essentially, Walter is on his computer. And next thing, there's lights, and I think his cup shakes.
Yeah.
Alright. And then there's a light that breaks.
You don't understand. That was top quality special effects. This was years before Jurassic Park did it, yeah? Cup shaking. How'd they do that, Mike?
I think a bit of string.
Oh.
Alright. Anyway.
The mind.
It boggled my mind. I was like, I want to be just like him. Not the cop who made him. I want to be like...
No, because he's rubbish, but Automan, he's perfect.
Yeah. So anyway, the cups shake. You know, there's a bit of spillage, and
it sounds so disgusting. Spillage.
Yeah, Walter by himself. Walter's by himself in this room, and there's a bit of spillage. And then a bright,
in front of his computer,
glowing blue man turns up, and he says, "Hi, I'm Automan."
Yes.
And Walter's like, "Wow, who are you?" I just said that.
I just told you. You're not paying attention. Automan.
Yeah. Yes. You've also designed me to be sarcastic. Alright? He doesn't say any of that. Alright, but anyway.
Yeah.
He says, I'm Automan. He stands there holding in his stomach. Right?
Yes.
And it's clearly it's a poor figure of a man.
Poor figure. But this is what got me. The suit or the Automan body that was all glue.
Oh yeah,
glue
he says, I'm a hologram.
Yes.
Which is a fancy word for what did he say?
For a three-dimensional picture.
A three-dimensional
that looks
picture.
real, and with enough power can be made to feel real. You know?
Sound and even look
real, which is essentially what it was.
Yeah.
So he's a bit like Rimmer from Red Dwarf, I guess.
Yeah.
But what got me is that he's got the suit. He's all glowing because I'm assuming that's all the automatic stuff. Why was his face not made of that as well? So many questions.
Yeah. Automatic body. Silly.
This is it. Just
if my face was automatic, it wouldn't make any sense. All right. So anyway,
more sense. I don't. You see, it seems like it takes more power to do the features and hair and all of that. You know, why not just make it a blue?
Then you want to believe me. I think that's what it was.
Everything else was believable up to the neck, and then you had like a blue face. Nah.
I'm obviously dreaming. I'm going to go back to bed now.
Yes.
All right. So
turn around and not look at you. Pathetic display.
Yeah. Blue face. What is that? All right. So anyway, Automan. He says, actually, I am Automan and I am perfect. You designed me, Water. And he's like, wow, that's amazing. You're right. So there's this little dialogue, and said, right, I can help you fight crime. So they go around fighting crime. The trailer for it doesn't actually explain how that actually works.
Well, the thing is, from what I can remember, he had this little friend called Cursor, which was, I'm assuming, a cursor, which totally wasn't ripped off from Tron in any way. And basically, Cursor would fly around, whiz in, making noise, and then he would say, I assume, Cursor, we need a car. And then Cursor would draw a car.
Or a helicopter.
And
only those two
Only
things.
those two vehicles. There may have been a
boat.
A boat. That's only when they were fighting crime.
I'm not too sure if we made that up.
No, they probably did try to do a boat after they'd done a car and a helicopter a couple of times. Because you've got to remember, you had Knight Rider, you had Airwolf, Yeah. And it's like, well...
Which shows we may talk about later on.
Yeah, if you want us to. But anyway, yeah, so Cursor would... Oh, I need whatever. And you draw it, and then they'd get into it, or fly it, or drive it, or whatever. And then AUTOMAN would drive the car. I don't know why. You're automatic. You shouldn't really need to drive anything, quite frankly. You should just be flying around the place or teleporting people.
Right,
but
anyway, just automatically appear where the crime is instead of wasting time
driving around, drawing cars,
inefficient, fuel-based automobiles.
Why?
Yeah, makes no sense.
Yeah,
AUTOMAN
allowing more time for crime to be committed. So, but anyway, that was his power. And then there's a bit where he does this, and then lightning comes out. Electricity comes out.
He can command lightning.
Yeah,
to electrocute people. All right, so
all part of police work. That's it.
And justice.
Yeah. So that's all legal, electrocuting people. So yeah, and that was pretty much AUTOMAN. And every week he'd fight some kind of crime. But the downside to AUTOMAN, his one weakness was that he can only exist at night. So when people woke up and they started turning on their coffee makers and their radios and TVs and
was that true?
I'm sure that was his downfall. And he'd start fading away. Walter, I'm losing power. And,
but didn't we see something in the advert where he was clearly in daytime?
Daytime, yes.
And what's that about?
Well, you can't stick to the premise all the time, otherwise you won't be able to do all the stories you want to do, Mike. You've got to pick and choose.
Okay, maybe it's the one day of the year that you can do.
That was it. He went to a place where nobody was using any electricity, so he could just...
Right, yeah.
That was it.
Okay.
So you'd have to watch the whole entire back catalogue of the AUTOMAN series to find out why he was alive
probably only
in that one
consists
scene.
of just one series. So, anyway,
but
that was
AUTOMAN.
72
episodes.
I don't believe that's true.
You don't know anymore, do you, Mike? You don't know what to believe.
I really don't. But I do know that never ran for 72 episodes.
Sure?
That is an impossibility.
Are you sure, Mike?
Impossible.
Are you sure?
That is as impossible as you are being.
You keep saying it's impossible, but are you sure?
That is no.
You're not sure.
I'm not sure that they didn't run 72 episodes. I'd like to believe they didn't. Because that would be an amazing feat if they could stretch.
Well, he was the first fully automatic man.
Yeah.
So,
but anyway, I mean, the reason why we're reviewing that show is that it inspired me as a young child to want to be like him.
In which way, Mike?
Really? Do I have to? I wanted to. No, I don't.
You wanted to fight crime? Did you want to be Chuckwagner?
I didn't want to be Chuckwagner. I think even at that time,
doing this. Yes, Walter. This way to the crime.
Even at that age, I knew I didn't want to be him. Right?
He didn't look like a man who would be running around a lot, did he?
He was automatic. He didn't need to run anywhere.
He didn't need to run.
He didn't need to.
Good for him.
He didn't.
Good.
Cursor did all that shit for him.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, I was inspired. Look, when you were kids, I'm sure you watched rubbish things and you wanted to be just like that as well, right?
Yes.
So
please.
With you younger youths, you wanted to be like them idiots who dressed up like Power Rangers.
Turtles, Pokemon. You know what? I'll tell you what.
Yeah,
leave the
Pokemon.
comments.
That doesn't even make any sense.
Really? That doesn't make any... You really want to bring sense into this now.
I do.
That train has left, Mike. That can't be helped.
Look. A Pokemon, right? I don't even know what the hell that is.
I think it's short for Pocket Monster. Pokemon. That's what it is. So.
Really?
Pretty sure.
I never knew that.
Yep. Learning.
Lazy.
See?
Why does it say Pocket Monster? How hard is it to say that?
Is it?
Pokemon.
Yeah, it's kind of Pokemon. You got kind of, that inflection to it. It's school. It's hip. It's now.
I just thought it was just something from... the Eastern Asian area of the world, and it was just one of them words that didn't actually exist in English.
It's not a real word.
Exactly. So you're just making up stuff.
Exactly. That's the whole point.
At least AUTOMAN was auto and man. Yeah, that made sense to me.
Those two words are words, but together.
Yeah, and this is what you got. You got Chuckwagner.
So that makes it a real word. Now it's allowed in the English dictionary. So
if you say AUTOMAN, you automatically think of Chuckwagner.
Yeah, but that doesn't make the word any more real. If I had an Oxford dictionary now and we looked through A and got to auto,
you'll see Chuckwagner.
You'll see Chuckwagner.
Have you got a dictionary right now to prove that?
Touche.
Well then.
Yes.
So,
anyway, I think
right.
we've spent enough time talking about AUTOMAN. But if you do want us to talk about any other shows,
yeah, maybe you can email us at
mikeandd41@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Let us know
of any of your childhood shows, all right, and we will review them and we'll discuss them. We might have even watched them ourselves. I mean, we've had a look at a few others. So there's Manimal. If you want us to review Manimal,
yeah.
Manimal, for you people who don't know, it's about a man who could change into any animals.
Whoa. Don't ruin it for them, Mike. They'll find out for themselves.
Any animal.
Anything.
Right?
Amoebas.
So he could be, amoebas doesn't work because they're
Why
not
are
animals.
you bringing science into it now? Seriously.
Well, no, it's just,
Can you just...
right? He
Anyway.
could be an antelope, or he could be a blue whale, or an ant.
He could be air.
That's not an animal.
He could be a plant.
Not an animal again. All right.
He could be bricks, Mike.
It's not an animal. So if
He could
if
be
he just got
he could be a pair of trousers.
you might as well just call it the God Show. All right. God man. All right. That's the show you're talking about. All right. Not Manimal. Manimal can turn into bricks. He can
Bread. He could turn into bread.
Again, God. All right. So, yeah, Manimal. There's loads of other shows. There's the A-Team. There's TJ Hooker. There is
Street Hawk.
Street Hawk.
Whatever you want.
Yeah.
So
Email us. Let us know. Or, tweet us. Say, we want to know more about Street Hawk. In fact, if we can get a campaign going on Twitter about that, that would be phenomenal.
yes.
Let's just have millions of people saying, we want Street Hawk back.
And
Or Airwolf. Starring Jan Michael Vincent.
Yeah. No, that's not fair, really, is it? Don't do that to him.
Okay, maybe not.
But anyway, I think time is about to run out and we're going to have to go.
All
so, as always, thanks for watching. Leave your comments, email us and all that good stuff. Share and subscribe for more videos. And I guess we'll see them next time, Mike.
All right, laters. It's gonna look great on camera.